So just if you do end up having to have an emergency C-section that's medically necessary, I think that it's important to know that, don't be discouraged. You can build that gut flora and that microbiome and have healthy kids with great immune systems.
Exactly.
So I just think you have to be proactive in that care and breastfeed during those infant and toddler years. So while we're on this subject, can we talk a little bit about women code and how I feel like in general women have lost the right to birth in our society. And unless you do a ton of your own education and research and work with midwives, I feel like you could end up in a C-section, and
yes,
it's sad.
There's so many documentaries that are out about who was that? Ricky Lake. That movie.
Yes,
what was that?
I love that.
Born in America, was that the name? Anyway, that's got to be over 10 years old. But we live in a litigious society, and I don't blame the doctors at all for wanting to be able to make sure that the outcome of the mom and the baby is safe. But there is evidence that shows that home birth in some ways may have better outcomes. But also, home birth does not have you can't have a high risk pregnancy and do a home birth or out of hospital birth. So it's self-selecting, so that will skew the
right, like with Livy,
you would not have been able to have a home birth by any means. But you're right, and we live in a fear society, and women are afraid of pain. I actually, that brings me back to something else completely, in that women will call me up and their baby's teething, and they're like, what can I do for my teething baby? They're very upset, and we talk about homeopathy, we talk about teas they could do, but the number one go-to thing is Tylenol.
Oh.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was thinking nurse.
Nurse, right. Nurse until your nipples are completely raw. You could definitely do that too. But, and some women do. But it's
I was that woman.
Yeah. But it's Tylenol. I mean, Tylenol is an amazing pain reliever, and it will get them out of pain and have them sleep. And, at 3 a.m. when you're on your third sleepless night, maybe that's what you need. But when we think about it, like, you're teaching your baby in a way that we can get rid of your pain.
Right.
And what is pain? I mean, it brings this big philosophical question of what is pain, and should we be afraid of pain? Is pain just information to our bodies? Can we die of pain? Usually that's not possible. But then you fast forward to they're giving birth, and we are afraid of pain. And so the doctor offers you something to get rid of the pain, and we live in a society where you can get rid of it, so you do. And I mean,
it's so funny. One of my very good girlfriends that I grew up with, her sister, I happened to be in Long Island, and we were all walking our babies. Henry was an infant, and we were just I could tell birth stories all day, every day. Like, they're my favorite. But we were just telling birth stories, and I just said I did all natural. She's like, oh, I wasn't trying to be a hero. And I clearly remember this 7 years later, and I was like, a hero? I'm a woman, and this is what my body was meant to do, and it's the best thing in the world for the infant coming out of me, and if I could do it, the word hero never had ever come through my mind, through 9 months of pregnancy and 4 hours of labor, and yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
Really,
and you're fortunate,
really
4 hours of
I
labor.
had a short labor.
It's going to be a lot of women doing that.
The second was only an hour and a half. You guys really want.
Just rub it in. But it can almost be scarier in some ways, an hour and a half labor. Yeah.
But yeah, like my girlfriend who had her son in the car this past year. But the book Birthing from Within, and Ina May's books, I feel like those empowered me to realize that I had this amazing capacity as a woman I have this gift to have to birth a child naturally, not to be a hero.
Right,
so,
and that's exactly it. Women needing to be empowered. Let's face it, right now we live in a culture where women are coming into their power, and they're speaking out about their trauma. And birth is a way to also feel empowered, because you can see what your body is capable of doing. we have to remember it's not for everyone. There are
No.
people who definitely feel safer in the hospital and feel safer with the doctor helping direct their care. But there are another set of women where being able to feel what their body is capable of and then being able to hold that baby after and be like, I did this, is empowering. It's not, like you said, a hero.
Right.
It's you knew what you were, a strong woman was able to do. And not that if you choose not to do it doesn't make you not a strong woman. It's just a different level, I guess, different feeling.
Right. This is kind of another subject, but we were talking a little bit earlier before the camera was rolling. But I mean, I just feel like I've never considered myself a feminist in any sense of the word, but lately with all of these allegations coming out against women and just women going against women, and I'm starting to feel this like sense of feminism, like, yes, we need to freaking stick together. We need to feel empowered. We need to like stand up to these men in high power and understand that they can't just take advantage of women.
Right.
So go with it. Give me your thoughts on feminism.